everyone. Welcome to Stamping Flair. My name is Rochelle, and thanks for joining me. I'm an independent Stamping Up demonstrator in Melbourne. So, this is my regular creative escape on a Wednesday night, my Facebook Live each week. So, I'm just going to give a few seconds for you to pop on, say hello, and if you're new here, I am really happy that you have joined in, and I'm happy that everyone's joined in. And please say hi to me. I'm just going to give a few moments because I'm also just making sure that everything's going right on this side. Uh, as I said last week, I'm still getting used to a few changes in Facebook. They do this occasionally, and then it takes me a little while to get used to things and find things as well. So, just making sure everything's right. So, I hope you have been having a great week, and I have been really busy. Doing lots of creating more than normal because I've had Craft Alive coming up these 4 days and just doing some classes for them and also for my classes and um, make sure that you have got notifications turned on for the next few days. I'll be sharing extras as well. So I hope you ready to get crafty and make sure you check out the classes at Craft Alive. They are free, so that's the live version. So if you have to watch the replays, you do have to subscribe. But if you're watching the classes live, they are free. So I put the links up, and if you want to let us subscribe, you have got as well. Um, I'll check that I put the class schedule for you as well. I think I did. I'm getting update on news, but I just make sure that I did for you as well. And I hope you're ready to get inky with me. I'm doing a little bit of watercoloring and some ink blending today. A little bit of card inspired by Cheryl. Cheryl held that she is in Hawaii. I highly value and thanks everyone who's joined in. We are doing a team member around the world on the blog. Now, Cheryl was not the lady I was casing and came into copy and share. I think copy and relatively edit, and there's variations. But I did a case on one of Cheryl's, but I did a twist and I said, Cheryl's from Hawaii. I thought I'll just switch it around and make a little bit of something that I didn't make Cheryl. So this is a little bit further as well. And you can read all about it in my blog post, which goes live at 8 o'clock. Um, who actually had to case, and I just did an extra as well. So today I will just have a camera around that before I continue. I am working with ink colors So Saffron, Calypso Coral, and Sweet Sorbet. And I'll move that down so the light doesn't hit that. That's some nice a range of colors there. And I've also got uh, quite quite a lot of die cutting, not heaps, but we're not doing heaps of stamping, I have to say. So it's more technique and trying to get some nice um, detail on your cards and some background. So what I'm first going to do, this is a little bit different to the card you're going to see on my blog post, so make sure you check that out, how I did that. I'm going to die cut a label. This is from the seasonal labels dies. This is in our mini catalog. This actually carried over. Sorry, this is I think an annual. It carried over from. It was in our Christmas catalog. So this has lots of labels in it, and this is a nice big shape. You can actually stamp a nice large image on that. So I'm cutting that, die cutting that from shimmer white. Okay, let's backtrack. I'm cutting that from basic white cardstock, okay? And then I'm going to, this is shimmer white, I'm going to die cut this. So this is the seashells dies. So this is a full seashell and then we'll be embossing that. So we're first going to do that. And I've just got a piece of just some basic white, which I'm going to cut out. It's going to be a touch different to my original card, and I'm also going to cut one of these waves. Now this is from the Waves of Inspiration bundle. It is still available as a bundle, so this came out as a special release the stamp and dies, and it is still available as bundle price. So let's get that all the die cutting done, and then we can kind of assemble and build on our card. Just cleaning out my die cutting machine because it had lots of little bits of well, what do you know, stamping dimensional bits on it. Who would have thought? They get everywhere, don't they? Right, so first let's cut this out. I do a bit of a variation on this on my card. So technically this is not the Cheryl's case because it's completely different, this particular one. And I give you all the links to those other demonstrators as well, so you can check out their work. That's that one. I don't know why I put my die cutting machine away, but we'll go in with this, a longer piece, and I hope you can see that okay. Let me know if there's any issues. And if you are a newsletter subscriber, you will be getting the tutorial for this. So I will put the link up. You can subscribe to my newsletter and get each week a tutorial, as well as during the week I do send other stuff through. You have the opportunity to get those different tips and ideas through the week. I don't do that every week, but I do. You have first knowledge of any classes and the specials and things like that. You also have the opportunity, everyone has the opportunity to get the tutorial bundle with an order over 90. So at the moment celebration is on, so you can get a free product with orders over $90, plus you will get the tutorial bundle from me when your order's over 90. So that is just basic white cardstock. Now I will bring in my shimmer white, and I am going to die cut this, and it will come together. And I just want, as I said, there's not a lot of stamping, but there is a bit of technique. And when I did this, I just used some scrap, but I'm just finding it easier to do it like this today. This is I love this die. Then what we will do, this die fits in that or it fits with that embossing folder. So we run it back through with the embossing folder. I will show you how that works if you haven't seen this. This has been around a little while, so you may have probably seen it. So this, let me just get that out of the way. It will pop in the embossing folder. It fits perfectly. And then it will give you that beautiful detail. So you can see that. Just got to make sure it's aligned, and it's not hard to align it. I'm just trying to do it on an angle. Let me get that out of the way so you can see it. So there. And just tuck it like that, and then you can see how that's going to just emboss all those pieces together. So we just need the embossing plate on top. kind of working backwards, doing all the die cutting, but you need the die cut pieces first. And then we'll run that through. So can you see all that the pretty detail on that? Because that's on shimmer white, which is a watercolor, which works well with watercoloring. Now you don't have to use it for watercoloring, but it does work well with your watercoloring. Just gonna. So let's bring in this label we cut out earlier. And first color I'm going to use is the Soy Saffron. And we need some blending brushes. Giving that a bit of a clean. So we've got Soy Saffron, we've got Calypso Coral, so just two different brushes. And we've got Sweet Sorbet, which is one of our mini colors. So first we'll go with the Soy Saffron, we'll start with lightest. Just make sure that that's light enough on the yellow. Alright, so we'll just hit that on the page first and start off. So this is going to be the top of my piece, so to speak, but that'll go to sell my card. So that'll be the lighter section. And then I will do that from the bottom and bring the color up. Start light, and you can build it up. And circular motions, blending it in as you go. The more you get in, it'll blend better. Just a little bit of patience with your blending brushes, and you get a smoother finish. And you can see the difference between that bottom piece, half, and that. I'll make it a little bit darker here. Was that a bit more? Next, we'll bring in Calypso Coral. I'm gonna bring this in from the bottom. And again, starting light. And I'm working this in a bit more towards the center. And we're just getting darker at the bottom, and I'll get a little bit darker toward the top. Not that my darks will be at the bottom, just a little bit extra there. I'll bring Sweet Sorbet. Sweet Sorbet is a dark pinkish tone, pinkish reddy color. So just be wary of it as you put it on. It's going to be quite strong. I tapped off a lot of it. You'll see I'm just going very, with just a very little bit left over of that brush. And then I'll work it in. it's enough to get that color blend happening and changing. You can see that change. I'm going to bring that up a bit on the sides. What does this remind you of? Does it remind you of anything, those colors? I just picked those colors, and as I was doing it, the rest of the cards came together for me. Um, I'm going to bring in my cups of again, and it's a bit of um, working these colors through and seeing what you like and how they work together. And I'm going to bring that lip scroll and work it through that sweet way. And this is the same sort of technique I'll use with stamping blends, which are alcohol composites, just mixing those colors so they work blend in nicely. This is a little bit darker than my original card. I'm happy with that. It's okay. And we'll get a bit lighter. And a touch more yellow, saffron. And I can see finished piece. It's the preparation and it's what we're trying to create, mood, I guess I would say. Now I'm going to bring in the our craft ink pad. Now, how many of you use this? Do you something that you use in your stash? Do you have it? When you purchase the craft ink pad, it comes with the refill. So it comes as it's one item. I have some ink there, but I'm gonna put some more down there. I've got a water painter, one of my water painters. My water painters get a good workout, so they look a bit yucky and do all sorts of things, techniques with them, so they don't look the greatest. I'm just giving it a clean. Just run the water through. I'm just going to bring in my other one, the thinner one actually, wherever that may be. So in a set, you will get 3. This is, you get a really wide one. You get this one and that one. So these are the 2 more narrow tip ones. This other one needs a bit of washing, I think. So I'm just going to make a bit of a wash there. I want it very liquidy, that's the word. And I'm just going to take my cap and flick it. I still want it a bit more liquidy, right? And I'm flicking that against, I'm putting that white, my brush like that, and creating a spray. Now with the craft ink, this is what I have found. Now it may be different for each person, but if you use your heat gun, there's nothing wrong with it. You can use your heat gun, but then it dries more translucent, like you can see through. It's like transparent, so you can see through it. If you leave this to dry naturally, it gives you that thicker white look. That's what I have found. And for this purpose, I like those brighter white look. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. And then we can work on our other bits. So I'll bring that up close so you can see that. Now we've got these shells. We're going to do some watercoloring on it. And I've got I'll get my one stop. This needs a good wash under the tap with warm water. because I've got that craft ink on it. So I'm going to give this a wash. Just pour your water through it. Now, what the colors I'm bringing through are Calypso Coral and Sweet Sorbet. And I just need a couple of these shells. I don't need them all. And I have got, there's two ways I'm doing this. So you can see how I haven't got my refills, the new ink colors yet. So I have to make do. So this is one way you can make do. Ink up, ink clear block. The Calypso Coral has ink refill in that. So there's two ways you can use this particular technique or watercolor, and you can see both. So this is my Sweet Sorbet with the ink. It's a bit milky because I have used, it's got that white. So I'm going to test it on one I don't really need. Okay. So I'm just going to create a very light wash. And it's a very rough wash. Then it's got all the detail on that with the embossing, so you don't really have to worry too much about it. It just gives you that nice detail. I like a bit of white space, but I'm just going to bring in some detail. And then I'm going to do this one. I'm just following the lines that are already there, pretty much. So, and then I just release a bit of water through this by pressing there. It'll give that watercolor look. So I'm sharing with you tips for watercoloring. It's watercoloring. July is your watercoloring month, so get into it. It's fun. I said it gives you creative freedom. It's a bit, you can't control what that water's going to do, and it's going to change as you do stuff with it. So no two pieces are the same. So let me bring my heat gun, which is buried under the pile of stuff on my desk. Yeah. It's like that. It's like a mountain. Then I had about 30 cards on my desk, and then my little friend, the cat, Ariel, who's my crafting buddy, came and sat on all of them. I said, because there's no other place in the house to sit, he just sat on all my cards. Just give that a clean with a wet wipe, just for now. And what we'll do is cut these apart. So just follow the outer. and it pretty much has this lines following. And I'll keep those little pieces. I may need that, and I can always use it on another card, but I just want to see, I may still use them around the shells. And even like if you have a half, like if you use scrap and you have half a shell, you can always hide it behind something else. Alright, so now let's see how this is going. Leave that a little bit more. It's nearly there. So the next thing, I've got a piece of it's a card mat. I'm going to cut that down. Oh no, it looks right. Let's see. It's 10 by 14.4, and we're going to emboss it with that same embossing folder which we use to emboss those shells. And it's going to create a nice background. And there's just so much detail. It's a 3D embossing folder, and you can see how nice that is. It's just really beautiful, and it has so much detail on it. So we are going to, that's pretty good. Stick that down. Still got to dig up one more thing, but we'll just go with this for now. Okay, so I'll put some glue dots, not glue dots, stamping dimensionals. But before I glue that down, I have one more thing to do. Remember the wave we cut? Let's put that on this. So we're just going to glue that right there. So I'm really only going to need half of that, so that's why I'm not going to glue on the rest of it. And of course those dots are just there. It's just, that's what I said, it just creates that mood or the background for all your pieces. Like a sea spray, right? Let me not lose my shells wherever they are. I'll leave that there. Now I have a piece of black which I want to die cut a tree, a palm tree. Now this is from palms, guys. I was first going to stamp it like with whatever color, and I felt it was just too much, and it just looked like with the black, I feel gives it like that silhouette. And just putting the shells there is a bit too much. So this is from the palms, guys. Now that's in our annual catalog. And those dies I think would fit in a mini. It'll say in your catalog whether it fits in the mini, because I have a memory those are small dies. This one would for sure, but the rest of it are more long, sort of taller dies. I felt that just breaks it up a bit instead of having all that pink and orange going on. It just felt so. Let's use some of our scraps to hold that together. Please ask me any questions if you have, like, if it's not making sense what I'm doing, or if you've missed something, or gone too quick. And if you do send me a message in the daytime and I haven't answered, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm at work, and that's why I haven't answered you, and we'll get back to you. That's purely the reason. All right, and I've just cut those little those dimensions in the edges, so they're really the scrap bits. I'm putting them in so I can pick them down. All right, so let's stick that there, maybe a little bit to the left, so you can see that nice wave. All right, bring in our emboss piece. And we'll stick that there. It's not in the middle, is it? Okay. Now, some dimensionals on this. I like to put 2 on this so it's not sitting on an angle. This one's a bit lighter in shading, so that's why I'm putting that up there. I'll put in there, and that one there. All right. Now for a sentiment, I've just picked that sentiment. That's from the Waves of Inspiration set, and it's got just a simple happy birthday, and I thought that's just so you've got all those sentiments, but I've just picked the really tiny birthday one. So tuxedo black and just a bit of scrap cardstock. Sorry if I get my head away. Now use your this banner sticker punch. You get the label going that way or that way. So you got two options. Cut that down a touch. And so those little scrap bits are great for these small sentiments. And then you don't mind, like you make a mistake, which happens, and then it doesn't matter if you have to redo it even. It's just go that I was going to throw that anyway. You can use your mini dimensionals for this as well. I've just got this here, so and they're a nice size. These corner bits. Who uses all the corner bits? But if you use the last one, and then you throw an empty, completely empty packet of dimensionals. Okay. I might put the sentiment there. I'll stick that there on a white card. I just like the crisp white against all that card going on. It was just nice to have a pure white card on the back. I'm a little bit of a, like my neutrals, just simple backgrounds and all that when you've got heaps going on. Like a magic box in there. Yeah. Now, I'm tying a double ball, and this is the last bit of white thread. Desperate times, I tell you. That's from the essentials, not essentials. They're going blank. It's the one with the Baker's Twine Basics pack or something. It's called. You get 5 different ones, and of course, white. My white is gone. Let me redo that. The pressure when you only got a little bit, you're going, I can't mess it up. All right, mess it up a little bit. Here we are. And that bit. Okay. Glue dot. And we'll just stick there. That breaks it up too. Now we have got some embellishments. Tossing up between what we could go with those, and I think they're quite nice. Or I've got some of these elegant faceted gems, but I think these ones are quite sweet. These are fine sparkle adhesive gems. My head's saying put it here. Okay. And one on that yellow so that it stands out a little bit. So that's our pie. Hope that you've enjoyed that. And as I said, there wasn't much stamping, but it's just a lot of embossing and blending and just some technique there. And I hope that you can use those techniques and enjoy them. I'm sorry, I know this you just glitching a bit. Oops. Seems to be moving on my end, but hope it's coming through on your end. If you've had trouble, what I find is sometimes it does correct itself on the replay. Um, but I hope you have managed today okay with that. All right, thank you so much. If I can help you with any questions you may have or with what I have shared with you, please contact me. Don't forget Craft Alive tomorrow. The classrooms are free, so hop on there, check it out. If you want the tutorial for this, sign up for my newsletter, and I'll be sending that out during the week. Probably not this weekend. I'm just uh, tied up, but I will be sending that throughout this weekend, throughout the week at some point. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. I can and please contact me even if you would like to place an order. Uh, the products are available. Any celebration products, just out of a courtesy, I'm just letting you know. They are available while supplies last. So if there are favorites, some have sold out in other countries. Not sold out, but their supply is out. So there are some popular items that are already gone. So if there's anything that you want, get and you can qualify for them, get them in as soon as you can. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Bye bye.